Hello, nerds. JJ Kaimorist here with the Biblio Nerd today. If you're not familiar with the Biblio Nerd, she is a fellow YouTuber and social media content creator. I guess is that the official term? I don't like influencer because it's
I
like
don't like
who am I
influencer
influencing?
either. Yeah,
Content
dozens
creator.
of people. Yes,
tons of people. She does book reviews, spoiler-free and spoiler reviews, as well as book recommendations, all things to do with everything nerdy. So this is right up y'all's alley. I will link all of the Biblio Nerds socials and her YouTube channel down in the description when I post this. Because I'm assuming most of you are going to be watching this in arrears. I don't think that's a correct use of that word at all. But anyway, this video is going to be a hot mess because we decided we were going to do this live about 20 minutes ago, and that I was hosting it, and I'm totally unprepared.
Yes, and if you hear screaming children in the background, apologies in advance.
Both of ours.
Yeah, both. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. On to today's subject. We're going to be talking about Ice Planet Barbarians. It's an alien smut kind of day. Second day after Valentine's Day. So you had all your normal smut yesterday, maybe. I don't know. Today's the day of weirdness. We should make that a national holiday. After Valentine's Day.
Yes.
Weird kink day.
Sounds appropriate.
Okay. So, to get started, Ice Planet Barbarians is a science fiction romance, as you would probably get from the cover of it and also the title. If you have not heard of this book, it is extremely popular. When I was doing research on science fiction romance a couple of years ago, this was the first thing that kept popping up, and I was like, oh my god, what is this? People are weird. What was your first thought when you were looking at Ice? Well, you had seen it before I recommended it to you, right?
Yeah, well, I didn't know anything about it. Yes, I had heard of it, but that's it. I had zero idea as to what this was all about. And then you said you were reading it, and I thought, well, that's a little weird because I read the back, you guys. This does not sell the story. Let me just tell you right there.
Well, I don't think anything sells the story other than the amount of reviews and the mass popularity of this, and just someone saying read this, you know what I mean? Because you read the back and it's very nicely packaged. It has a good blurb, it has a good cover now, and the special editions have a good cover. We'll get into that in a little bit, but it's it doesn't really show you what's so special about this. The only thing that's going to tell you that there's something special about this book is the fact that it is wildly popular, has amazing reviews, and the fact that it started off as an indie novel and then got picked up by a traditional publisher. I think it's published through, or the special editions are published through Penguin Random House, which is also saying a huge thing as far as credibility to this story and to this author. So anyway, did you see the cover first or hear of the title first?
I heard the title first, yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And you had, what was your initial thoughts?
Well, I didn't know anything about it. I mean, I had heard that it was wildly popular. I'd come across the occasional TikTok video and I would just keep scrolling because if I didn't already have a vested interest in whatever the book was, I would just keep scrolling. But yeah, it just kept popping up. And then I thought, okay, well, if you liked it, I ought to give it a try with a lot of judgment going in at first.
I don't even know what exactly made me pick it. Oh, it's because it was on Kindle Unlimited. I recently gotten really into reading ebooks at night because it's so much more convenient to read things on my phone at night versus trying to pull out the book and the book light and then trying not to wake my children and husband up with my light. So just reading on my phone is so much more convenient. And I was like, what the hell? It's on here for free. Let's check it out. Let's see what all this hype has been about. Anyway, what was I gonna say? I don't know where I was going with this.
Well, when I first picked this up, I had zero expectations. The only reason I was willing to give it a try is because you liked it. Otherwise, this would not have even made it onto any kind of consideration onto my TBR at all whatsoever. So I'm glad you recommended it because I did really like it. But it's not a book that I would advertise for every reader. I think that this has a very specific audience.
But it's not that special because so many people like it. You know what I mean?
True.
It's like if someone were to come up to you off the street and be like, hey, are you into aliens sexually?
I think because that's a normal question.
I think most people's answer would be like, no, thank you. But
vampires, yeah, by all means. But
you have to it's the way that it's introduced. It's you would initially just someone hey, you like aliens? No, but after reading this, you're like, okay, in this sense, yeah, why not?
Yeah.
I mean, There's tons of weirder stuff out there.
Like pterodactyl mating.
We really need to like read the first couple chapters of
At
that, 'cause
least,
now I'm
just
getting
to satiate the curiosity at the
extremely
very
curious
least.
about that one.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, people are into weird stuff. But this one, okay, if you don't know, it's about a girl who arrives on this ice planet, as the title would suggest, and she falls in love with this blue alien guy.
Really sexy blue alien guy.
Yes, that's important. And it is so good. It's one of those guilty pleasures
Yes.
in that it gives me the feeling that I got when I was a young fifth grader reading Twilight for the first time and just falling absolutely in love. I don't know, the love story is similar in that it's everything that you would want from a love story and nothing more, nothing less. It's like exactly I don't know, the type of story that you would want to devour for some reason. And I'm having a hard time exactly putting my finger on why and how that is. Of course, that's something that I would love to be able to emulate with my own writing. So this is kind of like a case study for me as far as like, okay, like most people are not into aliens. How did this author accomplish turning us on to aliens when most of us went into this story being like, I'm not into aliens.
Yeah,
you know. So
obviously,
I don't know what. Do you have any ideas as to like how she accomplished that?
So I will say the ease of reading. Okay, look, I'm in a place in life where I just really want to enjoy whatever it is that I'm reading. I don't want to put in a lot of effort into trying to understand WTF am I reading. I mean, there are laws when it comes to fantasy, which is primarily what I read. There's a lot of laws and rules and limitations when it comes to how does the magic system work? What does the world look like? What are these characters' capabilities?
There also tends to be a lot of characters.
Yes.
There's not as many in these. Or there are, but like you don't really concern yourself with more like other than the main two. It's like the other characters are there, but they're not as important. Whereas like I feel like in a fantasy, it's like you have a lot of characters, a lot of world building, a lot of magic. Which in this one, I feel like the world building was very minimal and easy to grasp. So it's not like yes, she did create her own world with her own race of people, and they have their own culture and customs and language, etc. And you can tell that is she paid a lot of attention to that, and she did do her work and put in a lot of effort into creating a believable world and all that. But it's something that kind of it's there, but it's not at the forefront of the story. You know what I mean? Like it adds texture and context, but it's like it could honestly be set anywhere. It's the love story that matters, and we're really all on board for the love story.
Yes.
So yeah, it was funny because I don't know, it's just so well done. I think that like most people would read the synopsis or whatever and then kind of be like, you're fucking weird.
Yeah. Well, that's what I thought about you when you told me that you're reading it.
But seriously, like read it and then eat your own words because it's really good.
I went in thinking there's no way.
Well, also, and you hate science fiction. Is the other thing that is extremely surprising.
I really do. But guys, this is like, it's not about the science fiction. It doesn't matter really how they got there. It just matters that she is there and she's met this sexy alien guy. And then that's where the story goes, you know? So, I mean, just the focus of the story is on the romance. When we start focusing more into sci-fi, I am so just like anti-sci-fi. I don't know what it is.
Well, and I think that's the interesting thing too, as far as like, sci-fi for boys and sci-fi for girls. If you're going to put them in those kind of boxes, which you don't necessarily need to, but this is definitely a sci-fi for women. And Ruby Dixon was very strategic in the way that she packaged this book. I wish I had a picture to throw up of her original covers and the covers that are still the cover for the ebook version.
We have to show it.
Okay.
Hold on. I'll pull it up on my phone.
Actually, I can pull it up on here. I just
Can you really?
Yeah, I can split my screen.
Because it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
But she did it for a reason. Hold on, I'm probably ruining the audio right now.
Clickety click. Because the original cover is horrifying.
It's funny.
It is funny.
Hold on. Wait. Kindle.
Oh yeah. Look at that.
Wait, hold on. I'm not sharing it yet. Hold on. Sorry. Where is it? Oh. Share screen. I feel like an old person. Share screen. This one here. Allow. Share. Okay. Sorry. What made us teeny tiny? There. Okay. Whoa. Okay. Okay, so this I should have made it bigger, but I don't really know.
They could see it.
You can see it. But okay, this is actually the best of the ones that are for the ebook and her original covers. But she created these because she wanted the sci-fi bros to stay far, far away from this book because she knew that they would hate it. Because you read a science fiction book and you go into it kind of expecting a certain amount of action, maybe planet
Yes.
hopping, technology, world building, and it to be kind of maybe a study on like human nature or just have exploring like moral themes and like the what ifs of the future, the impact of technology, on and on ad nauseum. This is not that. This
No.
is a romance, and so she packaged it like this so that a sci-fi bro would look at it and be like, "Nah."
Yeah.
That way, she could steer clear of all the negative reviews
Mhm.
for people who are not her audience, which is
Yes.
genius.
Yes.
And that is one thing that is really important when deciding a cover. Even if it's like you look at it and you're like cringe, it drew in the correct audience for her,
Yes. Mhm.
and more importantly, kind of barred the way for people who are not her correct audience. That's not to say that men don't like this book. We have had male friends who have read this book and enjoyed it. I think you have to go in with the correct
Mentality.
expectations
Yes.
that it is majoritively a romance
Mhm.
that happens to be set on a nice planet. But anyway, men are into weirder stuff than women, I would say, on average. So it's like the alien part for them is probably not a hard idea to leap over. Maybe more so it's the giant penises that they might have a problem with. I don't know. Let me know. Oh, we have a comment here. She accomplished making women readers into aliens by making the male aliens a one-stop shop for all women's pleasures. I'm mocking the alien, the perfect doting. I'm sorry. I'm making the alien the perfect doting boyfriend. Yes. Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Correct.
Mhm.
She did make. It's like the aliens in here are like the. I wouldn't say like the ideal like women's like because it's like you don't know that you have that idea in your head until someone puts it before you and you're like, ah, okay. So yes, you make an excellent point there about her making the aliens, extremely appealing to women, especially. But it's not just the like. I think you're not only talking about like anatomically. I think you're talking about like the whole
Mhm.
the conquest of the woman. And I do like that we have a very sort of like a strong female character who is like wants to fight, not fight like as in like I'm an assassin type of thing that we see in a lot of fantasy novels, but like she wants to fight for her freedom and she's not just going to I mean she gets abducted by kind of an evil race of aliens in the beginning and she's not just going to lie down and take it. She wants to fight for her freedom, but at the same time she's also very feminine in that like she enjoys being taken by this barbarian. not in the biblical
Indeed.
sense, but like in the realm of like, hey, I'm letting this big blue guy take care of me because I understand that I do actually need his protection. And like there are instances where she is like, no, I want to be able to do it on my
Myself.
own, but
Mhm.
it's not that dead horse that we beat sometimes. It's like, no, me,
Independent.
strong woman,
Mhm.
do
Yeah.
it myself.
Uh-huh.
So I do like that she was strong but also soft in a lot of areas as well. It was a very good balance, I thought.
Agreed.
Anyway, the science fiction elements. We'll get into the smut elements momentarily, but the science fiction elements. What were your thoughts on that part?
The science fiction what science fiction elements?
I don't know, the world that she built, the ice planet, the race of aliens,
okay.
the amount of technology that's in it, or lack of technology.
There's not much. I mean, we got I know we're not really talking spoilers yet, so it's kind of difficult to venture down that road. But I mean, I love that it's minimalist. Like, I don't need to know exactly all the technological things that are going on for her to get from point A to point B. I just need to know that she got there and I trust it. So, I mean, in that regard, and it's not even that it's lacking. It gave me enough for me to believe it and to feel satisfied.
And then you move on. Yeah.
And then you move on. I mean, because that's not really what it's about. You know, the focus is on the romance, which I really love because that was what I went into it wanting, and she delivered on that.
Yeah.
Because the minute you start bogging me down with all the extra crap, you lose me. My interest is totally gone, and I will probably be
Which is so funny because you can sit through that for fantasy, but not science fiction.
Yeah.
I've noticed.
Yes.
Okay. What did you think of our character? Georgie is her name.
I hate her name.
She's kind of a silly name.
It's a Georgia. Like, what's wrong with Georgia? Why does she be
Georgie is like so not sexy.
It's really Georgie. Yeah, no. I mean, maybe it's the it thing. You know, the it, like Georgie who dies.
What?
It and like Stephen King. Yeah.
Like, what?
I think that my brain just associates like, hello, Georgie. You know, so it's like it's hard for me to get beyond that, which is so stupid. That is like the dumbest thing. But I hate her name. As a character, I thought she was fine. She's kind of lame in some regards, but like you said, she does require the help of her alien guy. So I mean, as a character, I thought she was totally fine. I didn't dislike her. I also didn't love her. It's not like she's the greatest heroine I've ever encountered. But yeah, I mean, other than her name, I thought she was fine.
Okay, yeah, I agree with that sentiment as well. What did you think of our male main character, Vectel, if that's how you say it?
Vectel, yeah. Would I date him? No. Did I appreciate him in the book? Yeah. He's a great book boyfriend, and because he falls in under the nice guy category for me, and that's what I really like. And so I really liked how much he valued her and saw her as more than just something to
the bearer of his children.
Yeah.
The hopeful bearer of his children.
And he wants to take care of her, and I thought he was sweet.
Yeah.
Oh no, he's very sweet.
Yeah, I agree with that. And it's been a little while since I read this, and I am kind of getting some of these mixed up because I read the first 3 books in the series. Book 2, this one was my favorite. This one was pretty good too. I do want to read the full 10-book series, but I've only read the first 3, and I kind of get some things mixed up a little bit. So hopefully I don't. Let me know if you're like, oh, that's not right. Anyway, yeah. Is there anything else we want to cover as far as the spoiler-free section of this video?
Oh gosh, I really liked it. As far as a star rating, it's so funny because I was determined to not award it 5 stars, but I can't not because I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Well, because it's silly. Like, for example, I had it sitting on the coffee table. I had this book sitting on the coffee table, and my dad walked by and he goes, "Oh, Ice Planet Barbarians." And I'm like, "Don't ask me about it. Do not ask me about it. Do not ask me about it." And I just walked away, and luckily he didn't ask me about it. So it's like,
well, you have to say is it's a science fiction romance. Like, there's nothing incriminating with this cover. There is on the ebook cover for sure.
I would not get caught dead with that other cover.
I don't care. I would read it in public.
I should have said it when the image was on the screen there, but where are his horns? Like,
I don't see it's
not accurate.
Hold on. Can I add it?
It looks like a guy with weird lighting. Yeah. Like, where? Unless it just blends in.
Yeah.
I don't see it.
I would have to zoom in. Yeah.
Anyways, doesn't really matter. But yeah, I don't want my father to see me with that book.
I mean, who does?
No.
That's hilarious. Yeah, I will say, I read it in ebook, which was actually a slightly different copy than the limited edition, or not limited edition, special edition. Sorry. Than the special edition. So this one has an extra bonus
chapter,
or an epilogue, sorry.
Epilogue and bonus chapter.
And also a bonus novella, like a honeymoon novella.
Right.
Which novella might be stretching it. I would say novelette because it's very short.
Very.
But there's extra stuff in here. Also, I read the whole thing on ebook, and then I went back and I read the extra stuff in my physical copy. But on ebook was her like original version of the story, which she had published this as a serial, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So like 1 chapter a week or a day or whatever it was. And then she put it into a book, obviously, and made it available for everyone to read in one lump sum. But in the original ebook version that I read, there is a rape scene. It's not super graphic, but I read
about that in the epilogue. It's not in this. Okay, I'm curious.
Does she get raped at all? Not Georgie,
no.
The side character Dominique.
No, it's hinted that there was trauma, but I did not. I read it in the
definitely happens in the in the ebook version.
Oh, she had mentioned it.
It's not graphic at all, but it does make you feel very upset for the characters in the situation.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Was that a good move for her to remove? Do you think?
Well, so I had also read, there was like a little author's comment, I think in the beginning of the book, that said like, hey, this first book is a little bit on the dark side because I was reading a lot of darker fiction at the time of writing it, but I promise you the rest of the books are not dark at all, which I thought was interesting at the time. I was like, huh, okay, which I have no qualms with dark fiction. I read majoritively dark fiction, so I didn't have any problems with it, but I can see, because this is a very happy story. It's not dark at all. It's a very happy, like, I don't know, story, and so the darkness of the beginning of the first book does not fit with the rest of the series, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So
I mean, other than the frostbite and the other casualties.
Well, I mean, people die, but it's not like, I don't know. I wouldn't call it a dark story at all.
It's not.
Anyway. Sorry, we'll get back to reading our comments. Beth, you're into blue aliens now. Correct, my friend. All you have to tell your dad was, remember Skinamax?
I don't know what that is.
Well, imagine that, but in book form. What is that? Are we too young or too old for that reference? And or not boys?
Yeah, was all of it.
I don't know. I'm assuming that's some kind of porn thing. It's what it sounds like.
No.
Okay. Anyway, so I thought that was a smart move on her to eliminate that in the newer versions. I also thought it was incredibly smart for whoever her agent is. I'm assuming she has an agent, to negotiate the ability to come up with special edition print books while also, I'm assuming, maintaining her rights for the ebooks for this story. So I've not actually seen that a lot, and I really don't know if that's completely accurate. I don't know all the details of it, but it seems to me that Penguin Random House only owns the rights to the special edition versions, and she seems to continue to own the rights for the ebook versions, which is genius, because then you're double dipping in both buckets, which is awesome. So I've not seen that a lot, and I'd like to learn more about how that all came to be, etc. Anyway, she also writes romance. I think she said biker romance under another pen name. I don't know what it is. I should have probably looked it up before this video, but she writes biker romance under a different pen name, and that's how she started her career. And then after she was getting kind of burned out on writing those type of novels, she then went on to write this sci-fi romance that's been kicking around in her head for a while. And she's always been a sci-fi nerd growing up, and so she really it wasn't like she was a romance author trying to write a sci-fi with no experience in the sci-fi genre. She's very well versed in the sci-fi genre. And so it was like two of her interests were kind of able to meet with these books, if I'm understanding her author's note correctly, which I think is cool, because it's like sometimes if you are so ensconced, that's probably not the right word, in a specific genre, it's sometimes hard to break out of it, which I think is why she chose a different pen name for this one. I think she did say the people who are fans of her biker romance had a very what the fuck reaction to these novels when she told them about them. So yeah, I don't know. I think that was a smart move of her to write under a different pen name. But would you be interested in checking out her other romance novels?
Maybe probably after the thing is, I haven't decided if I'm going to continue with Ice Planet Barbarians. I liked it, don't get me wrong. I thought this was 5 stars. I enjoyed it immensely. I just don't know if I'm really committed enough to go through the rest of the series. But if I were to venture into her other series, I would probably want to commit to at least finishing this one out before trying something else. I don't know. I've been kind of weird about that recently, just wanting to bookend the series before moving on with other things.
So the thing with these, though, to me, it feels like each of these feel more like a standalone to me, because they follow different characters.
That's true.
So for me, like yes, the story does continue, but I don't know. I'm not super like, I need to read the next in the series, because it's more so it just explores a different romance, which I do want to read the rest of the series, but I'm not necessarily like in a huge hurry to do it. I don't think I would read her other novels right away, like unless I just happened to come upon one and was like, okay, yeah, why not? I'm sure they're probably on Kindle. I could probably find one easily. I would like to, but I'm not in any hurry to do it. I think because I don't know, like I think you get used to a certain thing, like for example, Rebecca Yarros writes a ton of contemporary romance. We love her fantasy romance series that she has, but will I check out her contemporary romance? Probably not, because I'm not a huge fan of contemporary romance, to be honest. I don't know, biker romance might be more up my alley, though I'm not really sure exactly what all that entails. But I don't know, I tend to have very specific requirements for the romance that I enjoy.
Yeah, it is difficult because I mean, even just look at Jason Pargin, right? Like we are both huge John Dies at the End fans, but he writes outside of that satirical cosmic horror genre. And at first, I was very not resistant, but I was a little reluctant because I'm like, well, I know that this author writes this, and I love this. Am I going to love this more? I don't know, general fiction book that he just published, which I did, and I'm glad that I gave it a try. But yeah, it's kind of hard because authors get known for one thing, and like you said, Rebecca Yarros, I love the Empyrean series. I am in that for the long haul. The next time that book 4 comes out, I will be there and I'll be reading it.
Yeah. But it also not to say I wouldn't enjoy one of her contemporary romances, but it's just that's not something I read. And not that I dislike that genre. It's just I don't know, it doesn't excite me as much as, you know, science fiction, fantasy, or horror does. So anyway, let's move on to the spoilery section of this review. Consider yourself forewarned. Spoilers ahead, matey. Oh, hold on. Let's clear up this whole Skinemax thing. It is a nickname for Cinemax, which used to show softcore porn after midnight. Haha.
Oh. Yeah, did not know that.
Okay. Interesting. All right. Okay. Spoilers. Go ahead.
Well, one thing I wanted to say, and I'm so curious to hear your thoughts on the climax. It's a different kind of climax.
Pun intended.
Yeah. So this is where the male readers may or not feel disappointment because a small part of me, even though I knew this is not an action heavy book, like whatsoever. Again, the focus is on the romance. At the very end, I'm like, I was kind of hoping / expecting a final showdown.
Yeah, something a little bit more action packed. Yes.
There it was not. Like the aliens just left. And I was like, oh
but that is something I feel like you see a lot with a lot of romance genre mashups is like and it's hard because the audience is probably like you write this beautiful action scene that is awesome. Half your readers might skip it, or be annoyed by it and take their star rating and like I don't care about this 10-page action sequence. Get back to the romance.
I like the action.
I like the action too. Like me personally, like I enjoy stories that are well rounded in that. Like the action was good, the romance was good, the storytelling was good. Like this is majoritively romance, and that's what we're showing up for, which is awesome. And so I didn't have a problem with us skipping over some of the different points where she could have added more plot points, could have added more disasters that the characters had to overcome with more action sequences. I was okay with that because I knew going into it that it was a romance and that the action secondary plot was going to take a backseat.
Yeah.
And but I agree, like she could have added in a lot more stuff happening. But I was okay with her not.
So my disappointment was very short-lived. I was just a little bit hopeful because the aliens come back to collect the women. They just leave. I was like, wow, that was the most
that was easy
thing that I've ever read in my entire life. Like there's no crossover, like there's no interaction. There's because they're Vectel, he's a protective dude.
They did have to kill the Star Wars thing at the end.
The Star Wars thing,
like the mammoth thing that was supposed to look like a what is that thing from Star Wars? You wouldn't know. You don't even know.
I've never seen Star Wars, but that scene was like half a page long, and he stabs him in the eye. And it's like done.
Yeah, that was very quickly.
Yes. Yeah, which is fine again because it's not an action-packed novel. But yeah, anyways, I was just curious to see if you
I think too more so like I would just wanted this book to be longer. I think.
Yeah.
In that I was I was there for all of it, so I kind of just wanted the story to keep going. Yeah. So yeah. But they're all very short, and that I mean, there is something to say about keeping your story very tightly knit in short. So I don't know. Yeah, I did that part. I did notice it, but it didn't necessarily bother me.
I was just hoping that maybe Vectel would have a knight in shining armor moment.
Well, I mean, he kind of did. He brought down the
monkey thing.
No, the big thing, the big mammoth thing.
Well, yeah, the thing that they collect the worms from.
The Kui?
No, the Kui or the cootie, what they call the cooties. Well, then there's that scene where she falls into the pit with like I call them the monkey things because I don't remember what they're called.
The walkie things.
Yes, those things. Well, he does save her from that, but again, it's like half a page and then it's over. I'm like, oh man, he didn't even have to try. The easiest save I've ever seen. Not something that bothered me, just something I noticed, and maybe it's because I have recently finished reading Dresden Files, which is a very action-packed.
That's a boy book. Yeah.
It is. It's very action-packed. So to go from something like that to this, I'm like, whoa, where's all the action? Again, it didn't bother me. It's just something that I noticed time and time again where I'm like, oh, there's like nothing going on and with the action.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I don't know. Oh, let's talk about alien anatomy. You go first.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I think she should have been a little more horrified. Her very first encounter with Vectel Pegasus. How do I say this delicately? I can't. She wakes up after being caught in the snare. He moves her to a cave, and he is like actively on top of her. What are my limits here? Like, how can I say this? How do you say
Just
this?
say it.
Well,
not making any money on this video. I'm sorry.
Well, so their very first interactions, like, he is. I can't even say. You say it. I can't say.
He's going down on her.
Yes, and it's like, how horrifying is that? This is
but no, she solved that. Oh, sorry, I just spit a little salivating over here.
Oh, she's got you all excited.
No, she solved that though. I thought she did it. The author was very conscientious of that, in that she made it so that the character thought she was dreaming, and so she got to the point where it was like, I think, like, I'm just gonna enjoy this dream, and then she was so far gone into the idea that it was a dream. By the time she realized it wasn't a dream, she was like, too late, orgasm.
Okay, I guess you're right, but man, she was just like all about it, you know? And it's just like, I don't know. I put myself in that situation, and God, I hope I'm never in that situation. It's just like, what a horrifying experience.
Well, luckily, I don't think you're going to be kidnapped by aliens anytime soon.
Yeah, lucky me. But anyways, I don't know. It's just so funny because her attraction for this thing, okay, she doesn't even know what this thing is. It's pretty immediate, which, yes, is to be expected because of the type of book that it is. But like, there was almost no hurdle for her overcoming that she is attracted to this different species that has horns and a tail and
what? You just have tentacles? What is that?
Fangs, like the big teeth with the sharp teeth and like the blue skin.
My God, like, what kind of book did you read?
For me,
squid porn.
Oh my God. Oh, don't give me that book. I don't want to read squid porn. But I don't know. I thought there would have been a little bit more to overcome as far as,
yeah, I think you need to take into account though the trauma that she's been through, in that it's like,
true.
So I think it's so overwhelming to the point where it's like, aliens, you're gonna get murdered and sold and raped and stuff. Here's another alien, but this one's nice. Okay. You know, it's like, thank God, a nice one. You know what I mean? I think that is part of the psychology that plays into her acceptance of him, is that it's like she's been on fight or flight mode for so long that like the second she gets a chance to breathe,
she's safe with
this maybe you could maybe call it a trauma bond to an extent.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I think the position that she's in kind of lends to that. Not
on her back.
Not the literal position. Jesus. This video is a mess. Oh, hold on, let's read our comments. She was willing from the beginning because this is a porn novel.
Plain and simple. You mean you didn't understand the like deep meaning? Like, you really got to dig deep and like really
the literary moral contribution.
Clearly, some readers missed.
Yeah, you missed the thematic exploration of the symbolism of the porn.
Now that would be an undertaking, right? If an author went with that goal.
Well, but you could argue anything. Like, I could write an analytical essay on how this is the greatest literary
sensation
of the century. It would not be a convincing essay, but
have ChatGPT write it. It'll be fine.
God, don't we start it. Anyway, back to the alien anatomy. Which part of the Kahoi, is that the name of the species?
I was saying koi. The Sakoi, right?
Sakoi. The Kahoi is the name of
the worm.
This is
the thing that's harvested from the beast.
Symbiont.
That
What was I saying? Oh, the alien. What part of his anatomy was
The freakiest?
was a no for you?
Oh,
If
well,
there
a
was one.
lot of it. It's okay for Georgie. It's not okay for me.
Well, but like as a reader, I mean,
well, I draw my line at the tail, man. I can't
Tail.
do the tail. That's just so animal like. You know, I'm not into bestiality at all.
sorry, I'm just reading the comments. I said you forgot that his tongue had bumps on it. She had no chance against that. True that, my friend.
Yeah.
No, I could get over the tail because it's like it's not something that you really have to concern yourself with unless you want to.
I don't want to. Thanks.
Don't read book 2. Anyway, the spur was something, and I was like, hold on, what? What? Excuse me. Which in the first book, I don't feel like I really understood what it looks like. I think it took me until at least the second or third book where I was like, oh, it looks like that.
It's an extra thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Which I mean, it didn't necessarily bother me, but I think when she first described it, either I wasn't paying attention or it wasn't described into as much extent as in the other books. I don't know, but I was like, wait, what? Anyway, that was something that was a bit puzzling to me as far as like, okay, but why is she adding this in? But it makes more. I don't know if I'm giving spoilers for book 2, so maybe I should just stop talking. It comes into play later.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, but I do think that to me that is probably the most alien part of him.
Yeah.
Also, the fingers and toes are a little weird.
Yeah, I agree. And she's like weirdly fascinated with his
he's got
toes.
what, 4 fingers and 3
3
toes?
toes. Yeah. But like a weird heel. She explains the weird heel a lot. She considers it as like another toe, but it's a heel.
But I think it's more like kind of like you see like reptiles. Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like with the little like bony heel, like the,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I guess so. Yeah, can I ask you this? Because sometimes when I'm reading something like
oh my god.
Uh-oh.
Not reading that one out loud.
Oh, okay.
The spur thing is supposed to be like the piercing some men get in that same area. Did they get piercings in that area? I thought it was just the Prince Charles thing. For the same purpose, spur serves in the book. Yeah, but the spur is way bigger than a piercing would be. It's like the size of pinky finger. At least that's how it's described by book 2. I was like, oh my god, it's that big.
Oh, yeah. I was picturing it a little differently.
Yeah, me too. In the first book, at least. But she describes it again in the second book. I was like, did you change that? I don't know. Or maybe I just wasn't paying attention enough.
You know, yeah, sometimes you can't focus on that too much.
Yes, an alien 7 feet tall, everything's bigger. Yeah, but that's no different than all of our other book boyfriends from our fantasy novels. That's like Fae height, so that's nothing new.
Yeah, the way that I was picturing the spur, and the thing, I did not put much thought into it. It was there, and I acknowledge it, but I was imagining like an extra like golf ball like situation up there.
Whoa, like round?
Yeah.
Oh,
which is not really. I don't know. That's just how I picture it. You know how it's like you read something, but your mind just generates its own thing as like a placeholder. It's like
I do that with fantasy character and names all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Well, okay, and sometimes my brain, when she's talking about Vectel, which this is so wildly inaccurate, but this is what my brain implanted for his character sometimes. Sometimes when I was just watching, because I see the movie play out in my head when I'm reading, my brain inserted the Beast from Beauty and the Beast. That's like how Vectel,
like
which
full
is
of hair?
Weird. Yeah, which is weird, right? But it's just because in my mind, this is a creature that's not human. It's more beast than human. Not really, but you know, it's just like it's that thing that your brain does where it just projects whatever the hell it wants to.
I wouldn't be able to get on board with the Beast as much as I would these alien guys. It's just too much hair. Like that's just it's too
animalist. Yeah.
Bestiality ish, in my opinion.
Agreed.
Anyway, yeah, I think I thought their skin was cool and how it's described as like suede. I thought that was interesting.
That and all the extra ridges and stuff, like just
I had a hard time imagining
Me too.
face ridges.
Me
I was
too.
like, how do you make face ridges attractive?
Because it's just like dinosaur, you know.
Yeah, or just like 2 caveman, you know what I mean, where it's like
with the ridges.
I don't know.
Yeah, I
did see some AI art that it was like
there's some good AI.
Yeah, that portrayed it very well, but a lot of the AI art kind of strayed away from the face ridges.
Yeah, they looked more
and then I have seen a couple where they did add the face ridges in, and it did make them look a little weird, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, agreed.
Okay. Anyway, you already mentioned a part that had bothered you. One part that bothered me in this book, which you see a lot in like a lot of books, it's like just so I could get over the whole alien thing, the whole on a nice planet, the whole all of it. What I can't quite get over is the fact that she was kidnapped by aliens and on a ship for like 2 weeks in a cage with a bunch of other women shitting in a bucket, no showers, and then at one point she picks up the bucket of piss and shit and like tries to throw it on the alien. It spills all over her.
Oopsie.
She's running through the woods. Okay. Immediately after all of that happens, no showers involved. She gets caught in a snare, and then Bechtel immediately grabs her up and then goes down on her. I was like, dude, she's showered in like weeks.
Yeah.
She has shit all over her. Like, ew.
Yeah, I mean, she, the author could have at least like had her fall into a water hole somewhere, before that scene occurred.
Yeah, or just maybe less shit involved.
or that, that's probably better.
Because maybe I could just get over the whole sweaty no shower thing. But like when there's shit involved, it's like, oh, dude, gross.
Yeah.
How can you not smell that? You have like a really good sense of smell.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He constantly talks about how she perfumed the air with her specific aroma. It's funny how that's mentioned. I kept picking up on him like, okay, dude, we know you like the way she smells. We get it. You've mentioned it a time or two.
I will say, I thought it was good. How am I going to word this? That like she didn't have the symbiont that makes you fall in love type of thing.
Yeah.
In that it felt more like their love was earned in a way, more so than like the fated mate type of thing. So yeah, I like that aspect of it. I don't know. Anyway,
can I say something about that really quick? Because you just reminded me, there was one tiny part that bothered me. So Georgie has established herself as the unofficial leader of the women who have crash landed on this ice planet, right? Well, so she is the first one to receive the symbiont. Yeah. So the glowing worm thing that goes in her neck, right? Yes, thank you. So she receives that, and it makes her fall unconscious, right? By the time she wakes up, she asks Bechtel, did all the other women receive the implant, the worm? And Bechtel's like, yeah. And I'm like, you're telling me these women didn't even wait to see if she freaking woke up? And like, I was thinking that too, yeah. None of these women were like, wait, is she dead? Like, should we wait to see how she wakes up first? Yeah. Like, that part blew my mind. I'm like, not a single woman had any reservations. Like, yes, I understand the stakes, but like, you're telling me you couldn't wait a couple minutes? Because it's stated that Georgie was only out for like a matter of a couple minutes. It's not like
I thought it was much longer than that.
I don't think so. Maybe
I thought it was a good chunk of time.
Like hours?
Like a half an hour, maybe? I don't know.
These women couldn't wait half an hour to see, like,
well, I think because you have to accept the little symbiont before it freezes, or something. Like, I think it had to happen fast because you pull it out of the mammothy thing, and then you have to implant it soon, otherwise they die, I think.
Okay, you might be right. I was so stunned that not a single woman.
But it also, like, it was like she fainted and passed out for a while, and then she woke up and everyone was like already off. It's like, well, why was she unconscious for longer than they were?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so, why were they? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I need to reread that part. I won't, but but maybe I misunderstood, because I thought she was only unconscious for a matter of like a minute or two. But
well, I think it had to be longer because she woke up and everything, like, people were not where they were previously. Like, everyone had shuffled around, I think, or were leaving already, right? I don't know. Or were they walking? I can't remember exactly.
I don't remember.
Anyway. Yeah. So when do you think you're going to read the sequel?
I don't know if I will. Well, okay. The thing is, if I need something, and I'm not saying this in a negative way, I say this a lot, and I say this as a compliment, when I need something mindless to simply just enjoy for the sake of enjoying reading.
Just to get absorbed in, yeah. Without having to like keep track of the world building, keep track of the character, you know.
If I need a break from something extensive that I'm reading, if something is requiring too much energy and effort to understand, maybe I'll dive into it, because these are very easy to get consumed with. I read this in 3 days, which for me, I know they're short. I know that, but it on average takes me 2 weeks to read a book. The fact that I plowed through this in 3 days days really says something. That's how invested I was and just wanting to see what happened next. Not that anything action-packed happened, but I just wanted to see how it all ended up. But did they stay? Did they go? How many more people died?
I will say that book 2 of the 3, book 2 is my favorite. That's not it. Where is it? This one. This one's my favorite. I don't want to spoil anything, so I guess I won't talk about it. But one thing I did want to mention about, I think one of the reasons why I really enjoyed this so much is I really love the trope of the non-human trying to understand human social conventions and just the interplay. Like, you have so much room to have fun with that. Like, I don't know, like, just the whole, like, it doesn't even have to be a non-human. Like, you have Sheldon Cooper from Big Bang Theory. You have like the robot in the Orville. You have all the in the Stormlight Archive, what are those little spread things called? Like, just all those like things that like they just don't understand, like how to communicate, or like what's the deal, like why is this such a big deal?
Pattern. What is he called? Are you talking about Pattern?
Yes.
I don't know what he's called.
But that is one of my favorite like tropes to explore, and I think that's one of the reasons why I like this so much too. Is like you have this like alien who's trying to understand her thought process, and it's so
culture,
and it's so alien to him what she's like trying to explain to him, and there's just this like disconnect of like what and
like
like
honeymoons.
Honeymoons. It's just fun. It's just
cute.
Makes for great dialogue. I think. I don't know.
And not to mention, they don't even speak the same language for the first, I don't know, at least 50%.
Yeah,
of the
and
book.
you were talking about how it's like hilarious that like the first half of the book, she's like, well, good thing I don't need to be on birth control, and he's just like, you will carry my kid. It's only a matter of days now.
Oh my god!
So that like that dramatic irony, I thought was very well done. That was actually
really funny. Yeah, she's just like, oh, thank you, because she's saying it out loud, but he has no idea what she's saying. Oops, I'm sorry, I keep doing that.
Anyway, well, that's all I really had to say about Ice Planet Barbarians, other than highly recommending that everyone go read it. You should read it even if you are not a woman, because we've had reviews from men who have read it and they enjoyed it as well. So I think just going into it with the correct expectations is important. But I think it's a book for everyone. Yeah. Well, maybe not everyone, but I'm starting to lose my voice. So
we've been talking for a long time. How long have we been doing this thing?
Create a podcast where you only talk about smut books. A smutcast, if you will.
That's brilliant. Let's do it.
Okay, I don't think anyone would listen to that. Anyway, I would love to, but alas, no time.
Yeah.
Anyway, any sign-off remarks? That's not the correct phrase.
No, I really enjoyed it way much more than I expected, and it was a nice surprise. So I really did. I don't know if I really want to continue with the series, but I have a feeling I might. Maybe just not right away.
Yeah, it's a fun one.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's fun.
Yeah.
I think that would be my highlight of it. It's a fun read. Why not?
Why not?
Why not?
Yeah.
You discover a new kink you have.
First golf ball size spurs.
No.
Beauty and the Beast looking dude.
No, it's wrong.
It is wrong, and I acknowledge that. But that's what my brain has inserted.
Yeah,
anyway.
that's way more horrifying. Okay. Anyway, follow the Bilbo Nerd. I will put all of her stuff down in the description. And yeah, we've done a few collaboration videos talking about reviews for various books.
All a mess. Every single one.
Well, but those are actually edited. So.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks for watching, and until next time. End.